Happy New Year, everybody. It is January 1st, 2026. Here we go. More Paladin adventures. So we're going to fly back to Lakeshire. I'm pretty sure we're all trained up. Let's just double check. We are. And we have to kill Murlocs. We're going to try to get our Murloc fins, our spotted sunfish, and we may head over and try to do the black rock axes. And that'll pretty much finish up our questing in Redridge for the moment. We'll be back to do more quests when we're a little bit higher level. But we'll go from Redridge over to Duskwood. We'll do some questing over there. But first we have to survive the Murlocs. Well, I hope everybody had a good New Year's Eve. I hope everybody's having a great start to the new year. Let's run down the rules real quick again for this Paladin. We are using the Ultra Hardcore add-on, meaning we have no mini-map, as you noticed. We do not see our own health. We will not know the level of the enemy or the enemy's health. Let's see here if I can click on something. Show you how that works. There we go. Nope. Sheesh. In addition to all of that, okay, no professions. We're not doing any professions. No dungeons. We're not running any dungeons. This is a complete solo self-found journey. No grouping under any circumstances at all. So we cannot group at all, no matter what, whether it's an elite, even if it's a quest we're trying to do, and there's a long line of people trying to complete it, we're not allowed to group up. Okay, so you can see here we have a black dragon whelp. We cannot see its health. We don't know that it's leveled. So, all right. So no professions, no dungeons, totally solo, self-found. No repairs. We are not repairing any of our gear. If our gear breaks, we must get a replacement. However, we're not allowed to purchase anything off of a vendor except for quest items. Items necessary to complete a quest we may purchase from a vendor. That is it. No consumables can be purchased. No gear can be purchased. No potions, no nothing. All of that has to come out of a treasure chest, out of a water barrel, out of food crates. As for gear, again, it has to come out of a chest or drop off a mob. And we're not allowed to wear any greens. We're not allowed to wear any blues. We're not allowed to wear any purples. We're only allowed to wear gray and white gear and use only gray and white weapons. That is part of the challenge. We're not allowed any world buffs. We're not allowed, as a matter of fact, we're not allowed any buffs at all except the buffs we can give ourselves as a paladin. I.e., we can use our blessings and we can use our auras. That is it. So if a mage goes by and gives us a arcane intellect, we have to remove it. If a priest goes by and gives us fortitude, we have to remove it. We are not allowed to use those buffs. So. And we're currently level 22, which is actually pretty good considering all the restrictions we've set up in this challenge. Our points have been dropped mostly in Holy. All right, so the Murlocs are over here. I usually go all the way down the end and work my way back. Yeah, we don't want a lot of multiple pulls. We've got to be careful. The tide hunters are definitely a pain. We certainly don't want a lot of multiple pulls. We're not ready for that. Because remember, we're in gray and white gear only, so... I don't know. This could end up in a 2-pull. Possibly even a 3-pull. Who knows? Let's see if we can get this one back here by itself. Alright, we did. Alright, so we need 8 murloc fins. We need 10 spotted sunfish. I want to say these guys run anywhere between level 16 and could even be up to level 19 or 20. We got 38 copper. These tide collars, they're casters. Let's get out of the water here. They will cast frost bolts. They can also heal themselves. Oh, wrong spell. Alright, we got them. But still nothing we need. Whoops, there's one there, but we need to get over here. How am I still in combat? Maybe those druids over there? Come on, baby, run. There we go. There's a sunfish. That gives us 2. Wow, a lot of people over here. We got a rogue. We got a couple of druids. Makes getting the mobs a little more difficult. I can tell you this rogue's going to go here. But not if I hit it first. Pretty sure that rogue wanted to get this one. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of people over here. There's even another pal. Up. Ah, son of a gun. Oh, we got a murloc fin. I don't know what this rogue is waiting on. Whether it's waiting for... oh. Okay. We have no mana pots, so this is going to get a little bit rough here. And our health has definitely dropped, but we do have health potions. Might have to use one of those now. Okay, I think they got the heal off. I tried to get them before they could get a heal off, but I think they got the heal off. Oh, there we go. We got it on the run. All right, we really didn't need another one. We're gonna run out of this here for a minute, just so we can get our mana back up, get our health back up, get our blessing back up, all that fun stuff. Yeah, as much as we would like to have taken on that other murloc, we did need to get up some stuff. All right, if we can get it alone, we're going to back this one out. There we go. We're a little low on mana, but I think we're okay. Yeah, I think our mana will come back fast enough that we're fine on this. Nada. Nada. We got nada. One good thing when there are a lot of people here is that you can kind of get a lot of these murlocs one-on-one when there's a lot of people here. got a sunfish, and we got a fin. Nice. Yeah, that was a two. That would have been a two pull right there. That's a pat. Those two pat around. We do have a tide collar out here, although I hate fighting in the water. We may go after this one. Back up here, out of the water. Okay, we got another Murloc fin. That's 4 of 8. What's that? That's a tide collar. That's a flesh eater. Maybe I can get the flesh eater by itself. Oops, got to be careful. That dire condor there likes to come back here. Okay. 4 of 10 of the sunfish, 5 of 8 of the Murloc fins. Looking pretty good at the moment. We'll go up here. Hopefully we can take out this tide crawler. There's the heel. Okay. Another tide collar. We're not going to have our interrupt for this one, unfortunately. But we were good. We didn't need it. Still no gear dropping from any of these. Kind of hoping we get some gear. We really do need to get a belt and a pair of braces. Our belt is completely useless. Our braces are yellow. We don't have any backups for that in the bank. Belt and braces. We do have some gear in the bank that's backup. We have a chest piece, which isn't great. We have some boots, which are okay, and some weapons, but that's it. Other than that, we have no backup gear. So as it breaks, we're playing without. What is this? That's a shore striker. We can get over there fast enough before another one spawns. We can pull that bad boy by himself. What's this one? Come on back. Geez, I don't see everybody, man. A few minutes ago, we had everybody over here. Now we seem to be by ourselves. We got to get our blessing back up so our mana regens a little quicker. I really hate when they're tide collars. You can't pull tide collars back. You can pull back flesh eaters, you can pull back shore strikers, but tide collars, you got to kill them where they're at. And we're also running the risk of one, a respawn here, and two, that pat there is going to decide to walk over here, because they do. I'm gonna drop my consecrate real quick just to hopefully get on it a little faster, because that pat is coming, and if I don't kill it quickly, I'm going to have to. All right, we got all our Murloc fins. But we still need spotted sunfish. We don't really want to deal with that, Pat. We need 4 more spotted sunfish. We have 6. We need a total of 10. Like I said, after this, we may just go over and do our axes. That'll be a little bit challenging also over there. We just have to be very, very careful. You don't need slimy murloc scales set there. Again, I'm waiting for that pat to go away. We'll go over here and see if anything's up over here. All right, pat's gone. We're going to pull this shore striker way back over here. Backpedal so we don't get dazed. There we go. Not a murloc fin, but we don't need it. Oh, I think we're waiting on respawns. I really do. I think we gotta get a few respawns here. That's the pad. I don't want them. That's a tide collar. Otherwise, I'd go over. Whoop, here we go. Otherwise, I'd go over there and hit it and try to drag it over here. But it is possible to drag it over here if you go over there and you smack it and you run over here. Okay, there's another sunfish. 7 of 10. 3 more sunfish. So you could go over there, you can hit it, you can run way over here, and it will eventually come over here. Come up out of the water here. Okay, we got 8. Really don't don't want to have my back to that condor over there. Mm-hmm. Nine. One more sunfish. I'm kind of surprised with having only this white gear and white weapons that we're actually doing okay. I mean, obviously, if we were wearing greens and had our green weapons that we've gotten and everything else, you know, we could pull 2 of these things easily and survive. A little more difficult, though. Okay. That's the Pat. We don't want to get them. We could get this one after the pack goes away. But we might see some repops over here soon. Pat seems to want to make camp over there. Yeah, so they pat. They go here, then they go in there, they go in the water, they walk around, they come back up here. Oops, there we go. Flesh eaters are, I want to say, the highest level that you're going to fight over here. They're usually 19 or so. I think they also heal off of eating some flesh from you. They're about the toughest mobs you'll face here. All right, we have all our sunfish. So we have our sunfish, we have our murloc fins. We're going to head over here and we're going to try to get our battle rock axes. We'll need 10 of those. We can skip a lot of these whelplings on the way over. Oh, our braces are now completely broke. And a lot of these condors, but you do have to be careful. I think one day I tried running over here without fighting anything, and eventually I think I died. I think I picked up these two whelplings at once. I think I tried to outrun them. All right, we got to get this one down quick because you got another one coming up. Well, it looks like we're out of their range. Okay. Yeah, these things are nasty because of their fireballs. Ba boom bum. Some earth root. Yeah, so over here is where it gets a little tricky. Trying to get through all of this stuff. All right. Okay. This is what we need to kill. These grunts and all of that. The grunts here are like level 19, I want to say. The outrunners can be... Oh, you know what we want to do? We want to drop that when we can. Okay, so we got that on him, which prevents him from fleeing. Which means he's not going to run. As long as we keep hitting him and refreshing that seal of justice, he will not run. All right, we got one. I'm wondering if I shouldn't just drop that to begin with. Doesn't help us with damage. But what it does do is it prevents them from running. They cannot flee. In other words, they're not going to be able to run away. They're stuck here. We need 10 of these axes. We've gotten one. Uh-oh. Now he's enraged. You can see that we missed a lot, and because we missed a lot, he was able to lose that seal of justice. As long as you hit him like once every so many seconds, that seal of justice renews. But the minute you get a couple of dodges or a couple of misses, that seal goes right off, and then you're in trouble, as we say. You're in Bubba Trouble. I believe there's also a pat that comes up here. I really should have more health, more mana for this. We may have to cast a couple of heals on this one. Now, these guys will net. They usually will net and run. But as long as we can keep this Seal of Justice up, they can't run. We can try using that also. See if that helps us. There goes the net. That might be a pretty good indicator that he's almost down. I don't know. I mean, you can see how much mana we went through just taking him down. Yeah, we went through quite a bit of mana there. We did. Now, there's pats that walk along here. They're pats of 2. Here they are right here. Those 2 are a pat, and we do not want to get those. No, we don't want those at all. Again, if I was in all green gear, absolutely, I'd take it on. But I'm not. That's a pat there, too. Those 2 are a pat. Which means I'm probably not going to be able to pull this one until they decide to pat somewhere. All right, fellas, you've checked it out long enough. It's time to continue your patrol. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great day. Adios. All right. This guy here might be a pat. I'm not sure if he'll pull the other ones. Getting rough to pull things here. All right, looks like that pat may be going away. Nope. They still want to hang out and have a conversation. Eventually, they're going to go away. But Blizzard likes to trick you by making it look like they're going someplace and then they come back to another. Jeez. Jeez Louise. All right, looks like they're going to come up here. I'm going to go over here. I should be able to pull this one. Finally, we got one that we could pull. Oh, you son of a bitch. The Seal of Justice did not drop. We got to get that on him so he doesn't flee. There we go. Yeah, these guys are brutal. They're level 20, 21. But no axe. These guys are pretty rough. Oh, the pat's finally walking away. Well, we need to get up a little bit more mana. You saw how rough that was. Oh, we don't have our blessing up. That's not good. I gotta see if I can sneak over here. Get past this one. There we go. Beautiful. So this is a good resting spot up here. Nothing ever comes up here. There's always copper or tin up here. But it's also a great spot where you can pull those guys and get them up here, and you won't have to worry about anything. So that's what, when we get ready to pull, we're going to pull them up here. All right, well, we got 2 pats here, so you can see how quickly you get in trouble here. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mobs. Eventually, they'll pat away. When they do, we're going to run down here and grab this guy. Drag them back up here. We've got 2 out of 10. All right, they're going away now. Get ready. We just don't want to pull the 3 of them. That would definitely end our hardcore run. I'm going to pull this guy way back. We're also going to drop this Seal of Justice on him. Seal of Justice, I think, also has a chance to stun him. I believe that's, or maybe that's later on, but used to be. Okay, you can see we're netted. These guys take a lot of mana for me to kill because they're just so much higher than I am. Well, they're not higher level, but with my crappy gear. And I really don't want to go through all my drink killing these guys. We might be out leveled in this at the moment. I don't know. All right, let's look for the pats here. No. No pats around. I think we can go try to grab this guy. Again, we're going to bring him all the way back up in here. We need this net to fall off so we can back up. Thank you. We better get a heal off here. One good thing is they don't stun us. So at least I don't have to worry about being stunned. No, still no. Still no axes. Just the 2. We have a pad over there, so we have to be kind of careful. This guy here is respawned up here. We'll go up here and try to take him on. Oh, Jesus, netted right away. I do have to be careful here. One, that pat's coming. 2, that spider or whelpling could potentially come over here. It looks like the pat's going to stop there, so we might be all right. Another net. You can see that spider starting to creep over here. Hit that one. We're going to take this one back over here. That way if a pat comes up here, we're okay. Now the grunts, they don't net you or anything crazy like that. They're about level 19. Uh-oh, we got a hunter coming over. Damn it. Dang it. Shouldn't say dang it. Damn it, I should say dang it. Now, the hunter could probably handle those. He can use greens and everything, and you can see how quickly he kills compared to me. I'll let him walk around there. Whoop, that's the pat right up there. Now, there's orcs over here, and you can usually pull these guys single. As long as we don't get a pat, we're good. But you can see here we got a pat coming. Yeah. Right there, you've got a pat. That's why we've been pretty much focusing on where we've been lately. All right. Well, I was going to say it looked like that pat was walking away, and if it was going to walk away, I was going to go grab that one by the tree. But it hasn't walked away yet. Might be heading out now. We definitely don't want to turn our back on these guys. Oof. A lot of mana being used to kill these guys. And without having a ton of milk, it is making it rough. Especially when we're killing them and not getting what we need. Not getting our axes. Alright. That one should pop up again soon. We could get this grunt. I think we could get it now. Drag it back up here. So you can see that Seal of Justice brought it back over. Hey, there we go. 3 axes. Whew. I don't see any chests or anything around. Okay, we got a pat. I wish we could take on those pats, and if we were in greens, we could, but not being in greens is very, very difficult to take them on. All right, this is a grunt, so we're going to go hopefully grab this guy and drag him back. Look at that fella come running all the way up there. Good thing we got this one back here. All right. That one back up yet? No, huh? I thought that guy might be back up by now, but he's not. All right, they're going to walk up there. Maybe, possibly. We could go get this one. Get him up here where that Pat won't see us. All right, there we go. Pull him back a little bit. We don't have that seal of justice on him. Okay, now we do. Okay, we're out of mana. Bam. No axe. Yeah. That blessing drops off every 5 minutes. Yeah, this challenge requires a lot of patience because we can't just drink all the time. Like I said, you know, we can only use consumes that we find in the open world. And if we can't find them, oops, okay, we got another pad over here. All right, but that guy's back up, so, oh, this guy's up. Let's see if we can grab him before the pack gets over here. We're going to go a little bit darker, just for mana efficiency. I mean, Holy Light heals a lot. No axe. All right, that Pat's gone. We're going to go back up over here. We're going to grab this guy. Hopefully, maybe nobody comes along. We can grab those two. Maybe we get lucky and get... some axes. Fire resistance ring. Does us absolutely no good. Can't wear it. It's green. Yeah, we'll never be able to wear rings because every ring that drops is usually green. So, all right. Tad bit more mana. All right, we're going to pull this one over here. That's a long net. That's like a 7-second net, I think. Damn. The axes are not dropping at a very good pace, huh? All right, we have a grunt here. Good thing about grunts, they're a little bit easier to kill. They don't hit as hard as the Blackrock Outrunners. They don't net. Okay, we got another one. That's 4. Our blessing up. It's the only way our mana comes back quick is with that blessing. We'll get up some mana. We'll go for this guy down here. We'll pull him up over here. We can get him. We still need a tad bit more mana here. Sub-Hub. Drowned. In the Valley of Heroes. I don't know where that one went that was over here. See if I can see him. Oh, there. Nope. That's a Renegade. That is level 22 and is even higher than the one we just killed. That's a Pat. That guy's all by himself. Usually there's 2 in the Pat. We'll probably go get this guy. As long as we don't pull this Renegade. They hit hard, those Renegades. I really don't want to have to deal with him if I don't have to. Prefer to stick with these grunts and outrunners, which are tough enough. Hey, hey, we got another axe. All right, we're halfway through the quest. All right, I don't. Oh, did someone pull that grunt? Nope, there it is. Okay, we just don't want to pull. Anything else. So we're going to bring this guy way up over here, I guess. We do have to be careful. There is one down here on the other side of this rock. We'll try to get this guy down fairly quickly. In case a pack comes down this way. Thank you. No axe. Okay, there's the Pat that we saw earlier. We may go up and get him. Oh, looks like my well, no, I was gonna say looks like my boots are going, but come back up here. In case the pack comes along. Oh, we got a new highest crit. All right, hey, we got 6 axes. 4 more. We need 4 more axes. These guys should be getting ready to pop again. Up, they are. I say these guys by the trees should be getting ready to come up again. I just have to watch out for Pats. Oh, even that guy's up again. Come on, buddy. Come on back here. Ha ha! Another axe. Wasn't that delightful? We're up to 7. 3 more. Could still take quite a while to complete, but we only need 3 more axes. I was really hoping that some of these guys would drop me something that I could use. Some kind of piece of gear. Apparently these guys don't carry any milk. I was definitely hoping, though, that I'd get, you know, some white gear or something I could use from these guys, but nope. They do drop some good green gear every once in a while. No axe. All right, whoops, they're going to make their way up there. We'll make our way, whoops, they're not going anywhere yet. Gotta say, we're going to go pull from down here, but until I know where they're going, we're not pulling from anywhere. All right. Just like last time, should be able to run over here and grab this guy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We got to move quick. Right, we're good. We're past the point of worrying about the Pat now. As you can see, that Pat was walked away for a little bit and it came back. It played possum. Ha ha, there's 8. 2 more, 2 more. I wish that Pat would decide what it wants to do. It's holding up my progress. I'm afraid to go down there and grab one. I'm afraid to go up and around the corner and grab one. Till these guys decide, okay, they're going to go this way. All right. Now, I think there's a Pat up here that I saw walking up here earlier. There is. Son of a gun. I'm going to sneak over this way then. We'll sneak down here and grab this guy. Since the old Pats want to dance around up there, we'll come here. Alright, we got a little linen cloth. Nothing exciting. Yeah, we're starting to get low on food now. But by sitting there like that, I was able to probably save some mana so I can go right into this kill. And they haven't dropped any food, any drink, or any gear. Really haven't dropped a lot, to be honest with you. I mean, you can see how our bags are still really not that full, and most of what's in them has come from the Murlocs. Well, we got a little bit of cloth here, but okay, that's a grunt. We don't need a whole lot of mana. Plenty of time on that. Plenty of time on that. Where's that spider? I actually died over here once on a warlock, killing a mob right here. I think I was taking it on over here, and that spider came. And my pet couldn't get aggro on either this or the spider. So I ended up dead. More Ladim got him one. Okay, there's an axe. We only need one more axe. Good news. One more axe. For a while there, I thought this quest was going to take us an hour and a half to complete, as slow as we got to take to kill them. And then on top of that, the axes weren't doing very well. Now we just need one more. Of course, that could be 20 mobs to get one more sometimes. All right, that guy just respawned by himself. It's a grunt. We're going to lay into him. Drag him up here to our safe spot. Not only that, but by dragging him this far back too, if he runs, let's say when the mob is up there, we've got a little bit of time to get our hammer of justice on them and take them down. Damn. This guy really took a lot. That's it. We got all 10 of our axes. Very nice. Okay, good news. We can hearth out of here. We don't have to run all the way back to Lakeshire. So we're going to turn in these 3 quests. Unfortunately, it's not going to make us level 23, but what are you going to do?
What can I do for you? Have a good one. Pleasure doing business with you, matey. Well done, adventurer. I hope you didn't have too much trouble with those murlocs. It's strange seeing them so far from the sea. I wonder if they're here, because they're running from something.
Okay, I think this is damaged. Yeah, that's damaged. We don't need any more murloc pins. We turned in that quest already. All right, where are we at? Almost 4 gold. Turn in our axes, and then I think we have to go to Darkshire. Begin questing in Duskwood. Bum 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 bum.
King's honor, friend.
Continue complete. Yeah, that's to go get Thurlzoon. That's not gonna happen.
Between here and Stonewatch Keep. The leader of the Outrunners is an orc named Thurlzoon. We want this orc. Bring me the head of Thurlzoon.
All right, so we do have the flight path to Darkshire. So we'll fly there. While we're flying there, I'm going to take a quick bio break, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back, and we are now in Darkshire, and of course we have to watch out for our friend Stitches. Not here. We're going to check this guy to see if he has a bronze tube. He probably doesn't, never does, but we'll take a look. Nope. So we need to get a bronze tube. We can't get it out of the auction hall. It is a quest item. We are allowed to buy it, but you can only buy it off of a engineering supply vendor.
Need help?
Okay. We'll grab that. How can we get the Legend of Stalvin this early? We'll grab that. Well, I guess at 22 you get it. Yeah. Okay, now we probably cannot get the cooking quest here because we're not doing cooking. But we'll take and make sure we can't. But I'm pretty sure you can't. Yeah, no. Because we're not doing cooking, we can't get the quest for the wolf kebabs.
Last night, a horrible disturbance rippled through my veins. I sensed that my granddaughter, Alyssa, was in great danger. I consulted the cards, and death stared up at me.
Okay.
After taking a long journey through a dark trance, I was able to uncover a clue.
So now we're going to get a quest over here.
A name came to me, the name of Stalvin. Seek out the clerk in the town hall and see if you can find out more about
Actually, we're going to get 3 quests. One to go see Abercrombie, one to go see Jitters, one to go see Sven.
Let me check the town registry. Stalvin. Let's see. Here we go. I have a record of
Alrighty.
Mr. Stalvin Mistman.
Okay.
The last recorded address is the Moonbrook Schoolhouse. Talk about outdated.
Okay, so now
If you happen to go out to Moonbrook,
we're going to take our rear end all the way down to Raven Hill. The scary part of this is Stitches.
Something's amiss at Raven Hill, adventurer. Callum swears that someone or
Being
something is
this
haunting the
low
building.
level,
2 nights
if
running,
I
he
have to
noticed
get
the shadow
off the
fall.
road for
And
Stitches,
third before that, he says he saw light in one of the windows.
there's a good chance I could just die from the mobs while I'm trying to hide from Stitches. Whoops. All right, Stitches is coming. Came up here in chat, so what we're going to do, we're going to cheat. We're going to go over and fly to Sentinel Hill. We'll run over and we'll run up and get the Pygmy Spider Venom quest, and then we'll run back down to Raven Hill.
Now there is a man who does the work of the light. He and his followers keep a
Like I said, at this level,
edge of Duskwood. Unfortunately,
trying to get Stitches or running into Stitches, not just Stitches, you can avoid Stitches, but trying to get off the road, because everything on the side of the roads is higher level than us. So it would pretty much kill us. Whether it was Stitches or a wolf or a worgen or a spider, that will all pretty much get to us. So to avoid that, you can fly to Sentinel Hill, and then you can run over to where Stitches, over to where Jitters is. But there's also a quest we want to get. It's called Eight-Legged Menace, and you have to run up the road to get that. That's halfway between Darkshire and Raven Hill. Normally I can run down the road and pick it up, but Stitches is on the road, so we're not going to do that. So we're going to go to Sentinel Hill. We can go over to Moonbrook and do the Legend of Stalvin. Yeah, there's a little bit of a risk there because there's a spirit that's going to come out, usually level 25 or 26, but we're just going to run away. We can pop our bubble and run if we have to, just to out-leash it. The Legend of Stalvin quest line is really good XP. If I just did the quest line, which is basically go here, fly back, turn it in Duskwood, fly to Stormwind, run down to Goldshire, go up to Stormwind, come back, fly down to run down to Eastvale, logging camp, come back and go to Duskwood, we will probably make level 23 just from doing all that running around. And that might not be a bad idea for us, because we get a little bit higher level up to face the wolves down around the cemetery. The only risk involved in that is, like I said, the forlorn spirit that you spawn. But you pop a... these guys offer no XP at all. Just maybe the off chance one of them wants to be nice to me and drop me a... piece of gear. Or milk. We'll take milk. Finally. We'll definitely take milk. There's a food crate there, right? Yeah. No chest. No barrels of milk. No, just a food crate. I think if it was a barrel of milk or something, well, I don't know that I could take on 4 of them. Which is pretty much what you got there. 4 in the camp. I don't know if you can pull out 1 or 2 of them separate. Some of these guys might offer XP. Some of them can be as high as 17 over here. Okay, there's a chest in that camp, but like I said, I just can't clear the camp. Full greens, maybe. The gear we got now, no. Nobody wants to fight a flesh ripper. You know, if you could pull 2 at a time, I could clear that camp. But you can't. Yeah, you get all 4, I think, no matter what. I could pull it 2 at a time, though. I could clear that camp. I'm sure if I had full mana and everything, I could survive a battle. First guy gave us something, everybody else gave us nothing. All right. So I think we might do that. We might run around and do the Legend of Stalvin and make 23. Not a lot of fighting involved, a lot of cowardice running, but that's it. All right, so we go in here. And there'll be a foot locker that we have to click on. Right there. When we click on this, we're going to get a quest. We're going to complete that. Well, there's the Forlorn Spirit. You can see it right behind us. It just spawned. It is going to chase us. It is going to curse us. I don't think it's going to catch us. Its whole purpose is to put the curse of Stalvin on you. That's its whole purpose. Okay. So now we go back. We'll see Clerk Daltrey. We'll turn that in. I mean, you can see we got 1,150 points just for doing that. 1,150 XP. Where are we at? 23 of 27. We need about 4,000. Yeah, I think we'll just make 23 if we do this. Boom, 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 boom-ba-dee-dum. We also need to set our hearth here in Darkshire.
Where are you going? Well, if you're looking to get there quickly.
All right, so Stalvin. As I understand it, the lore of Stalvin is that Stalvin was a school teacher, and he taught in Moonbrook. And while he was teaching in Moonbrook, he fell in love with a very flirtatious young lady who was a noble, and she would flirt with him. So he left Moonbrook. He quit teaching, and he went to the Goldshire Inn and personally tutored this flirtatious young lady and her brother. And he fell in love with her, and he thought she was in love with him. And then one day, her fiance came to Goldshire to visit. She introduced him to Stalvin. Stalvin went out of his mind. Call it a crime of passion, but he murdered her, her brother, and I think the nobles, including her fiance. Realizing what he did, he took off, screaming into the night, and of course eventually, settled up in his cottage up there where he killed Stalvin eventually. Now, Madame Eva is like a psychic who lives in Darkshire, and she had a dream. And that's how the quest line starts. She had a dream. The young lady who was murdered, the noble who was murdered, was her niece. And so she had a dream, and in that dream about her niece, the name Stalvin kept coming up, which is why she sets us on the path of Stalvin, the legend of Stalvin. Now we go talk to Clerk Daltrey. He informed us that we could go check Moonbrook because that was the last known residence for Stalvin, was Moonbrook.
Hello.
Hey, we bring this.
Did spend some time in Moonbrook after all. It is rather odd to let
And it indicates that he was going to go to Goldshire.
Oh my. Must have missed this the first time. In the registry, right beneath the first address for Stalvin, there's another one listed, only partially scratched out. Looks like he was headed to the Lion's Pride Inn over in Goldshire. Might want to check there, adventurer.
All right. So now we found out that he left Moonbrook and he went maybe to the Goldshire Inn, and that's where we're going to go. What we're doing is trying to figure out where is Stalvin and what happened. So now we're going to go to Goldshire, to the inn.
Where would you like to fly to?
So we're going to fly to Stormwind and we'll run down. Then once we do that, we find out that all of Stalvin's belongings have been shipped to the Canal District in Stormwind. And then we can head over and we talk to the person who's watching his belongings, and he lets us rifle through his belongings, and we find a muddied page with piece of the parchment ripped off. And then we go down and get set on the path of seeing Marshal Hagrid. Now, Marshal Hagrid and Innkeeper Smits did the initial investigation of the deaths up in the Lion's Pride Inn, but they never solved it. They never found out who did it. They don't know who did it. But they did the initial investigation, and Marshal Hagrid has some documents in his possession from the investigation, and when we match them up with Stalvin's things, we obviously, the handwriting and everything all matches, and we know that it was Stalvin, and we go inform Innkeeper Smits that we've caught him, and then he has us tell Clerk Daltrey, then Daltrey has us tell the Night Watch commander over there, and then the Night Watch commander, of course, sets us off to go kill Stalvin. And then once Stalvin is dead, we go see Madame Eva, let her know that her niece's killer has been brought to justice, and she gives us a reward. But that's pretty much the legend of Stalvin, as I understand it. And I could be wrong. But if you ever wondered about that, there you go. There's so many good stories in Duskwood. And as we go on each quest line, I'll try to explain some of them. Like the Worgans and Sven and his family, Jitters, and even Duskwood itself. At one point, Duskwood was known as the Brightwoods. It was beautiful, beautiful woodland, like almost like the elven woods like you see up in Ashenvale and things like that. It was a beautiful, beautiful grove. And of course, when Medivh died in Karazhan, the pulse of magical energy that he released obviously created Deadwind Pass and blew through most of Duskwood except the very center of Duskwood. If you go to the very center of Duskwood, there's a little grove there you can go to where you can see how beautiful it was before that magical energy that released from Medivh when he died destroyed it. In the process of destroying it, it also raised some of the undead out of the grave. That's why we have to go and kill the skeletal mages, the skeletal warriors, the skeletal fiends, the skeletal horrors, the plague spreaders, and all of those. That's what we get sent to do, is to help clean those up. Now, because of all of that, I think they went and they implored to get help from the Night Elves or something to control the undead population or deal with it. And I think the Night Elves went to Jen Greymane and had some worgen brought over.
Near the stroke of midnight, the man ran down the stairs screaming, his face pale with fear. Still wearing his bedclothes, he disappeared into the downpour. In his haste, he forgot his letters in the chest upstairs.
And I think that's how the worgen got there. They were brought over. One of the Night Elves was given a relic that allowed them to control the worgen, to prevent them from, rebelling. And the worgen were used to help control the undead, or to take care of the undead. They were kind of brought over for that. Well, I think eventually the worgen revolted, and they killed the lady, the night elf that was in charge of them, and they took the relic that she had, or the idol, whatever you want to call it, and they buried it in Roland's Doom. And there it remained until Jitters found it. So Jitters found it in Roland Doom, and he brought it back to Darkshire. He didn't announce or anything. And then, kind of like in Lord of the Rings, where you have the ring race, apparently somebody found out that this was out, and the Dark Riders were sent to recover it. Fearing the Dark Riders, Jitters fled out of Darkshire and hid in Sven's barn. Now, Sven was away doing his duties to Darkshire, and the Dark Riders showed up. And they questioned Sven's wife and asked if anyone was there, had she seen this idol or anything like that. And she, of course, I think she knew Jitters was in the barn, but she didn't rat him out. She said no. And because of that, the Dark Riders tortured her, tortured the family, and ended up killing all of Sven's family. Jitters, who witnessed all of that, wrote down everything that happened in a journal, and fearing Sven's return, he hid the journal underneath a tree or a stump behind Sven's barn and fled. Sven happened to just catch him as he was fleeing, but couldn't identify him. So, Sven comes back, his family's murdered, all this and that, and now he wants to know what happened to his family. And then, of course, Jitters fled from there to Raven Hill, where he's been hiding out from the Dark Riders. And so Sven, of course, when we see him, he sets us on the course. of finding out who it was at his farm that witnessed his family's death. So we get sent to recover the journal there. We bring the journal back. People, I can kind of identify them. The journal was bought in Darkshire, by a jittery fellow and all of that. So obviously we put two and two together. We know it's Jitters. We get on, we confront Jitters after we recover the journal and everything. Jitters says yes. He sends us to Sven. We give Sven the completed journal. And Sven finds out what happens to his family and wants revenge against Morbin Fell, who is in charge of the Dark Riders, I believe. And then we get put on the path of getting the Bane to kill Morbin Fell. A lot of good lore in Duskwood. A lot of good lore. All right. We're going to talk to Caretaker here. Turn that in. We're now level 23. Told you this would make us 23. Now, we're going to search this. When we do this, again, we're going to get... we're going to get the Forlorn Spirit back up. We're going to run away from it. There you go. It got us. It got us with the curse. But we're just going to keep running. All right. Well, we're now level 23. It's just really, really good XP, this Legend of Stalvin. I mean, we got 1,700 right there. So now we have to go to Eastvale Logging Camp. Talk to Marshal Hagrid. We'll fly down to Lakeshire and we'll run up to Eastvale Logging Camp. It's the shortest route. And then after that, we go back to Darkshire and we turn in everything. Bump, bump, bump. And we learn that Stalvin's the murderer and we confirm it. And then we're given the quest to kill Stalvin. A lot of running around, but really good XP. Now, obviously, we won't take on Stalvin yet. Stalvin is a level 32. He hits very hard. He hits very, very fast. But if you ever kind of like where we were with 22, we'd rather be 23 when we go and fight the wolves. Want that little bit of extra level. It's not a bad idea if you're halfway or so to 23 to just do what we're doing, run around, do the Stalvin quest, and you can get that extra level. It's not a lot. I mean, it's only one level more, but it's another level of mana. It's another level of intellect. It's another level of stamina, spirit, agility. You know, all that stuff that helps to keep you alive. And, of course, your weapon skills can go up higher now, so you become more proficient with them. Speaking of which, I think we got to start working on our two-handed. Some of our two-handed skills have slid down. Let's see. Okay, so axes were at 109 of 15. That's good. Maces were at 107. That's good. Swords were a little low. We're only at 101. But here we got to work on our two-handed skills. You see our two-handed axes is 93. Our maces are 90. Our swords are 98. We need to get all of those up to like 110, 112, 115 would be lovely. And then, you know, get back and get this one-handed sword skill up. And it's important for us to do this because we don't know which weapons we're going to use. Because we can only use white and gray weapons that drop off mobs. And we don't know what's going to actually drop for us. So it's important that we keep our weapon skills up so that if we get a really good gray one-handed mace drop, we can use it and not have to go all the way back and start at level 1. You know, if we get a really good two-handed mace drop, you know, we're able to use it and use it kind of proficiently. So kind of like a warrior, we want to keep our weapon skills up. So axes were pretty good. I think we need to go up in one-handed swords, and we need to go up in this. Now, when we go down to Raven Hill, and we talked to Jitters initially, we're going to have a quest to kill pygmy venom spiders. We got to kill 15 of those. In addition to that, we've got to get gooey spider legs and venoms of spider poison, vials of it. So I think because they're level 18 and that's the average level, we'll probably switch over to one of the two-handed weapons that we're low on. And we'll start working on our two-handed weapon skills. Like, we'll probably switch to two-handed maces first. Get that up. Hopefully get it up around 110 or something. Switch over to axes and switch over to swords. And get those all back up to where we want them, so... But that's not yet. We still got to finish this. Oh, fist weapon only died to the Defias drone. Was probably going to do his poison quest. Oh, too bad. I think I know who that was. I think that guy was in our chat on Twitch there. He was doing a rogue with fist weapons only. And I think the first 10 levels of that challenge, you have to bare knuckle it because you can't buy a fist weapon until you're level 10. So if you're doing a fist weapon only rogue, your first 10 levels, you're pretty much barehanding it if you're going to stick true to the script. And you're not going to use a dagger or whatnot to start and then drop it at level 10 and say, okay, fist weapons only. So yeah, he was telling me all about that. All right, here's Marshal Hagrid. Same drill.
Greetings.
We're going to talk to him.
Make out those letters, but that writing style reminds me of something.
He's going to send us up here.
There was a bundle of parchments in the chest upstairs when I moved into.
Same drill. There's a chest up here. We're going to open it. The forlorn spirit's going to pop up. We're going to just, we're going to run. We'll probably have to bubble on this one. Because it gets in a few licks on us. So if it gets too bad, we'll bubble. You can see here we're getting hit. We're dazed. But usually if you can get to the road, you're in pretty good shape. We don't want to hit it. There we go. And then we hope no one else comes up to do that quest in a few minutes, because then they'll have to deal with it. Okay, there we go. Good to go.
What can I do for you?
Continue, complete quest. There we go. Now we got to take the faded journal page to Smith.
The innkeeper there.
What did we say we're going to do first? Two-handed maces.
Show him this page and see what he has to say about it.
So we got to go back to Darkshire. And we got to turn that in. And Innkeeper Smith's, and then we go to see Clerk Daltrey, and then we go see Commander Ebenlock. And then we're pretty much done with the Legend of Stalvin running around part. The last part is, of course, killing Stalvin, which, that's at least 10 levels away. That's at least 10 levels out of our reach. Yeah. We don't have the quest to kill the pygmy venom spiders yet. I wish we did, because we could kill a bunch of them up over here, but we don't. But we're going to work on our two-handed weapon skill here. A little bit. We got a gooey spider leg. We'll take those. Like I said, we're going to need 6 of those. We don't have the quest for it yet, but we will need 6 of those. Something to know. All right, this is probably level 21. I do want to see how we do against it. It will allow us to keep going on our mace skill a little bit. Might have to use a few heals here. Just because our skill isn't really that high up. It will also disease us. Okay, we're up to 93. What was I going to say? Not bad, we're up to 93. We'll take it. And I wanted to see how we did against the wolves, because we're going to be killing a bunch of them, at least 20 of those, once we get down to Raven Hill. There's a quest to kill 12 starving dire wolves, 8 rabid wolves. Like I said, we'll be doing the pygmy venom spiders, getting the gooey spider legs, the vial of spider venom, get all of that together, and then you come back, then we go over to Tranquil Gardens maybe and see what we can do there. And we still have to try to find the bronze tube. All that and the bronze tube. Now the bronze tube, if you can get one, also starts a quest. Some guy's building a telescope or something. But if you get the bronze tube and you turn it in, it's like 2,000 XP. Of course, the tube's going to cost you 7 silver, but... Alright, let's make sure old Stitches isn't up. I no longer take it for granted that if they're not in combat that Stitches isn't here. Alright, there we go. Gonna go see Innkeeper Smith, who's gonna send us over to Clerk Daltrey.
You need something? By the light! You bet I recognize that handwriting. I followed the legend of that Stalvin character for years. When those visiting nobles were slaughtered a few years back, I went with Haggard to investigate. I found these muddy pages, but we were never able to link the handwriting to that crazy man in the woods. Your trail of evidence proves his guilt. Take this to Commander Ebenlock immediately and fill her in on what you've discovered.
My, you have proved yourself to be quite a detective adventurer. I have had my eye on that creep Stalvin for quite some time.
All right.
If this page was written by the same hand, it proves his guilt beyond a shadow of a doubt. In all his days keeping the town registry, Clerk Daltrey has become an expert at identifying handwriting. Show him this page and see if the writing matches that of the registry signature. As commander of the Night Watch, it is my sworn duty to protect the citizens of Darkshire. Stormwind has retracted their commissioned guards from their posts here, leaving us to our own devices. If you feel worthy of the task, we need your help. Assist the Night Watch by venturing forth into Tranquil Gardens, just south of Darkshire, and slaying 8 skeletal warriors and 6 skeletal mages. The undead threat must be thwarted.
Why, yes, the writing on this page does in fact match that of the registry signatures. Let Commander Ebenlock know immediately that the handwriting matched Adventurer. Her suspicions were correct.
I knew it. Fine work, adventurer. Stalvin Mistmantle led a life of depravity. Innocent victims died by his hand. Undoubtedly, he is guilty of countless crimes. Now the lunatic threatens Darkshire. The Light only knows what sordid acts he is plotting. Travel to his cottage just north of town, adventurer, and execute Stalvin, once and for all. When the deed is done, travel to Madame Eva's and show her his family ring. After all, it was her premonition that led to this gruesome discovery. But Darkshire is safer because of her.
All right. So one thing we don't want to do, and if you can avoid it, you should, is never log out at the inn in Darkshire. Because every once in a while somebody will drag Stitches into the inn, and if you log in, you could log in the stitches being right there. So if you're ever going to have to log out, I usually just come here to Stormwind to log out. We're going to take a walk up here and see if the engineering supply guy has a bronze tube. If not, we're going to log out probably by him so that when we log back in for the next adventure, we can right away check to see if he's got a bronze tube. You have to just keep checking. Every so often, he will have a bronze tube. You just have to get lucky and be there when he has one. Slush and Rush. There's a name for you. Okay. Too bad none of these barrels were full of milk. But maybe we'll find some milk barrels when we are running through Duskwood, Darkshire. Who knows? Maybe we get lucky and find some chests, some milk. We really need to start finding gear because our surplus of gear is going quickly and the gear we have is terrible. Not that we're going to get much better, but at least we could get some, you know, extra worn mail gear or loose mail gear or whatever and get some more back in the bank to start our backups again. All right, this is the engineering supply guy. He does not have one. So we're gonna log out. We're gonna call this adventure here for today. We made level 23. Tomorrow, or the next day, or the next adventure of the Ret Paladin of Redbeard, we will be doing some Darkshire. Could quite possibly spill over into our run down to Menethil Harbor. A couple quests to do on the way there. Usually about 24 and a half or so. I like to go to Ashenvale, do the Zormstrand, the Murlocs, Gal Bloodclaw, get some of that stuff done, and then we come back. We do a little bit maybe in the wetlands, and then we go back, and then we can come back up to Duskwood. It'll all depend on where we are and what levels we are in all of this. So. But anyway, I'm going to get this out on YouTube for y'all, and hope you enjoyed today's adventures of Redbeard Returns. We've gotten started in Duskwood. We finished up what we wanted to finish up in Lakeshire. We do have to go back, usually around level 25 or 26 we go back. We have the Shadowhide pendants we can get. I don't think we can take Yaller. And it doesn't really matter because Yalla drops a ring and we're not going to get the ring. So really, basically, I think about the only thing we have left to do is Lakeshire, is the pendants. Yalla would be nice for the XP, as would Fangor, and as would the Blackrock Champions and the Escort quests. But you got to be way high for that stuff. And we're just not there yet. So we'll see what happens. Well, again, Happy New Year, everybody. I hope 2026 is a blessed year for you all, and I look forward to seeing you all on our next Redbeard Returns adventures. Bye-bye.